It surely has been a long time since I've made a post. Things have just been like really busy with coffee and different boards that I'm on. So I'm gonna work on that today, and I'm gonna show you some of the things that'll just sort of speed by here that I've been trying to, you know, making an attempt here and there, and then something happens and all of a sudden it's like, oh, another day's gone by, another week's gone by. But I'm going to show you that, and then after that I'll sit down and show you everything, or tell you everything that's been going on, which has left me so busy. So I'm not really sure where to start on everything that's been keeping me so busy, but one of the things has been coffee. The coffee business has really been doing well. Could do way better, of course, but it has been busier, and there's been a lot of problems in the supply chain side. So what I've had to do is work on, contacting suppliers and everything else, and then you find out that, okay, this particular coffee is supposed to be coming in. Like right now, I'm waiting that I've ordered coffee that comes from Rwanda and Africa, and I've been waiting on some of that coffee since June to come in. It's where it is, I don't know. Hopefully it's supposed to be here, the end of September, but I don't know. It's one of those deals. So I've had to work with people who are, on the wholesale end that I'm buying from, and then I've had to work with the people on the retail end, not so much the consumer, but, cafe stuff, that are looking for coffees, because if you're looking at having to plan so far in advance, you have to think, what am I going to use this? When am I going to use it? How long is this going to last? Am I going to be able to get any more of it? So like last week I bought 700 pounds of Guatemalan coffee, and that's basically the end of it. I've got another 300-400 pounds of an Ethiopian coffee coming, and there's no more of that until next year. So there's been a lot of planning, thinking that has to happen to try to make sure that we can keep the supplies going. And this is not unique to us. I mean, everywhere is having shipping problems, getting things, labor, which, that's a whole different ballgame. But on our end, we're trying to figure out what, I've got probably a good few thousand pounds of coffee just sitting in the hopes that everything goes well, because if it doesn't, or the prices rise, which is another thing that's happening, one of the coffees I bought, or have been buying for ages, won't be available till 2022 at best. Brazil had problems. They had snow and frost and all that. So that may affect the coffee prices. That particular coffee that I was just talking about, that one went up since last year 70 cents a pound, and my shipping went up, I think $70 or $80 a load. So all of these things are starting to affect the prices, which so far I haven't upped our prices, but it's coming. So that's one of the things that we've been working on, and that takes a lot of time, because you call this one, you find out, oh, they're not there, you write them an email, is this coming in? Yeah, it should be here. Okay, what else could we use? Well, I don't know. You get a sample of the potential substitute, you try it, you roast it, you wait a few weeks. It is what it is right now. But that's one of the things. Right, just to give you an idea, about a year ago, the commercial coffee market, coffee in that group was under $1. Now it's pushing almost $2. And that's your commercial stuff that goes to the mass market, not specialty coffee type stuff. So it's going to change coffee, plus climate changes that are happening. It's going to be an interesting time for coffee for the next maybe couple years. Brazil's down millions of pounds of coffee. There's logistical problems getting coffee out of Vietnam. Tankers are getting offloaded at very slow rates because there's not enough dock workers. In the retail end of coffee, some of the places I deal with, they're having big issues finding coffee cups. You know, the cardboard, whatever ones that they sell coffee to people to take out, or lids. So there's a lot of issues still going on besides the COVID thing. Just coming back from downtown, and there's 2 deer. I mean, it's what, 11 o'clock in the morning. 2 deer standing on the side of the road, like watching traffic, hopefully watching it enough on Road 5 to not jump in front of a car or something. Anyway, the other things that have been happening around are that I do a lot of different groups, help out, this, that, and the other thing. I I was the chair of the planning commission, and I ended up stopping that. I just resigned because it was one of those positions that I just felt I wasn't getting anywhere, getting anything done. I'd done it for a year and a half, and it was just a, I don't know, constant spinning of wheels. And I'm not good with spinning wheels. I mean, I like to get things done. So I resigned on that one. One of the other things that I'm part of is the Burke Parent-Teacher Organization. And this was part of the impetus for resigning from the Planning Commission, is that we ended up in a matter of a month. It had been going on for a little while, but in a month we got a pump track, which is a bike thing, built out of dirt. We got a local guy donated a lot of I think 600 yards of topsoil. Another guy, and we paid for it because we had the money. We've been successful in the things we've done, like I do the Westburg ski shop and run that with the rest of the group, and that made a lot of money last year. So it's one of those things that we got that done in a month. Got the permissions. We still haven't got the insurance company, by the way, to okay that that's okay to use. I mean, I guess swing sets are less liable than riding around on a bike in the dirt with some bumps and stuff, but hopefully soon on that. So that was part of what I've been doing, and then I'm now the president of the Burke Chamber of Commerce. I was just a board member, and the person who was the president had done it for a while and decided that it was time to move on. So asked if I wanted to, and I said, yeah, sure, why not? So that was one, and then of course, like the week after that happened, the chamber puts on this fall foliage festival every year, and it's pretty big event. There was like 80 vendors and all kinds of stuff. We sell food and that kind of thing. And we had to make a decision on that because of COVID. How would it look? Was the Delta variant getting worse? What would happen with kids? How would it be looked at? There was a ton of different stuff that we looked at. It wasn't an easy decision. But when it came down to the vote, it was decided that we would cancel the fall festival. Of course, it was a no-win. If you kept it going, there'd be people who were unhappy. If you canceled it, there's people that are unhappy. It's just the way it is. There's always going to be somebody who's unhappy, unfortunately. So the festival got canceled. I had to do a couple interviews, one for TV, one for National Public Radio in Vermont, of why we canceled it and that kind of thing. And overall, I'd say it was the right decision. Cases around here are up, and like we said, our concern is for the community at large, and also the kids who aren't vaccinated. So we did it. We canceled it. It is what it is. I think it was the right decision. Well, I'm not going to get into it. Somebody else tried to step in and play the hero role on that, and I don't think that's going to go well for him, but whatever. So the other thing I've been busy doing is riding this motorcycle and practicing. I haven't had a bike in 36 years, I think. And so this is a good beginner bike, for me anyway. It's only a 400, which is only like, believe it or not, 50 horsepower. So it's light, it's easy to use. I don't know, it's just a great beginner bike. When I rode before, I had a 750. The last bike I had was a 750. And this year, because of COVID and everything else, I just said, you know, this one was available, and I think I will just go with this. It's a great little bike. It's light, so it doesn't have a lot of weight to it, which is good for some things, but not so great for others. Like when you're on the highway and it's windy, it gets blown around a little bit. So you gotta sort of take it easy on that. But it's got a good pickup and everything, but not as much as a 750 does. It still does great. But I'm down here because you probably can't see it, but that little box area in there is the motorcycle driving test, which they used to do here, but now they don't anymore because of COVID again. So there's like a cone thing where you go zigzag through here, then you got to go around this corner and then back around, you come to a stop. There's all kinds of little things they have you do. I'm not sure exactly what they're going to have me do, but my test is on Tuesday. It's about an hour south of here, so I got to drive there first, and luckily it's not going to pour or anything right now, and then hopefully I'll pass it. If not, then I'll have to renew my permit, do some more practicing, but this is the only place around, which luckily isn't that far. So I come down here, I do some practicing on this, because this is slow. And on a motorcycle, riding slow is harder than riding fast, because it just doesn't balance right. Like with this bike, you can be going down the road and you can let go and it stays perfectly balanced. You can steer it with one hand and it stays perfectly balanced. But at slow speeds, it's a whole different ballgame. And if you haven't ridden a bike before, it's kind of hard to explain. Is Sid going to ride this bike? Probably not. She says this is a little too non-comfortable for her. There's a little more to it than that too. But this is one of the other things that I've been doing. I also use this a lot of times to bring coffee to businesses or whatever. I have a backpack and another pack that goes on the back. So I love riding a bike. I haven't ridden in a long time, 36 years. So it's really great to be back out again.